Hey everyone, George here from the Fair Podcast. In today's episode, it's not an easy one. We're going to Hong Kong into a tragedy that started a fire but quickly exposed something much more serious. But what happened this week in Tai Po district may be a result of choices that never should have been made. It's Wednesday afternoon. A massive high-rise complex, 8 towers stretching high above the city, has been under renovation. It's Wednesday afternoon. A massive high-rise complex, 8 towers stretching high above the city, has been under renovation. Okay. It's Wednesday afternoon. A massive high-rise complex, 8 towers stretching high above the city, has been under construction. Scaffolding wraps around one of the 32-story buildings from top to bottom. Workers are going about their day, and then, sometimes that afternoon, a spark catches. And what should have been a routine construction site becomes a fuse. Within minutes, flames race up the scaffolding, and because the wind is brutal that day, the fire jumps. Tower to tower, building to building. 7 out of 8 structures engulfed. By nightfall, the scene is overwhelming. More than 140 fire trucks fill the narrow streets. 60 ambulances try to squeeze into the smoke-choked chaos. Families are rushing out. Firefighters are rushing in. And inside these massive towers where thousands live, visibility is zero. Stairwells are blacked out. Smoke is everywhere. Crews move floor by floor, calling out into pitch-dark apartments, hoping that someone answers back. By morning, the scale of devastation becomes painfully clear. At least 94 people are confirmed dead, more than 70 are injured, and among the dead is a 37-year-old firefighter, 9 years into his career, a veteran who gave his life to save others. But here where things take a turn from tragedy into a criminal inquiry. As investigators work the site, they find something deeply alarming. Highly flammable foam panels installed near elevators, lobbies. Foam that should have never been there. Foam that may have turned a bad fire into a catastrophic one. So police dig deeper. They start talking to the construction firm overseeing the construction. And before long, 3 men are arrested on suspicion of manslaughter. The implication is chilling. And these very materials intend to modernize these towers might have trapped and killed people living inside of them. While investigators sort through the wreckage, crowds gather outside, some people clutching photos, others just wait for any news at all. Officials revealed early Thursday morning that they lost contact with 279 residents, 279 people who lived in these towers who haven't been accounted for. And even by this afternoon, there is still no update count. Search and rescue teams continue moving room by room, even as the structures are cooling. One elderly man tells reporters his wife is missing. He doesn't know if she's escaped. He doesn't know if she's hurt. He just doesn't know. And neither do authorities, not yet. Leaders across the regions are offering condolences. But for families waiting outside the charred towers, condolences don't answer the questions burning through this entire case. How did the construction project turn into the deadliest fire Hong Kong has seen in decades? Was it neglect, cutting corners, or something even worse? Investigators will spend months piecing together what happened here. But one thing is clear. This wasn't just a fire. This was preventable tragedy, and one that cost nearly hundreds lives and left hundreds more accounted for. I'll keep following the case and updating you as more details come out. Thanks for listening. Stay safe and stay aware. And if you like, before I wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with this. When tragedy like this happens, when numbers get so big they stop feeling real, it's easy to forget that everyone on these lives had a purpose, a routine, a favorite chair, a person waiting for them to come home. And sometimes when the scale of loss is overwhelming, the only thing we can do is zoom back to one human story at a time. Someone lost a spouse, someone lost a parent, someone lost a person they text goodnight every single evening. And all that deserves more than a headline. We're talking about accountability, and we should. We talk about a system failing, and they did. But behind all of it are people who woke up that morning expecting a normal day and never got a chance to come back. So if you're listening to this on your commute, on your walk, making dinner, wherever you are, take a moment tonight to check in with the people who matter to you. Tell them you're glad they're here, because stories like this remind us how fragile everything really is and how important it is not to take any of it for granted. This is George from the Pay It Forward Podcast, and we'll see you next time.